All right, good afternoon. Welcome to the 12 News Connected Desk. I'm Keith Grant. Breaking right now, raids at Wichita dispensaries and 2 homes this morning, Thursday morning. The Sedgwick County Sheriff's Office says it carried out searches this morning with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosive. That bureau, also known as ATF, along with Wichita Police, the three agencies, raided 6 High Hopes ICT locations, along with 2 homes. Those locations were suspects for narcotics and weapons violations. We have the latest on the raids right now this morning from Sheriff Jeff Easter. We are live in northwest Wichita with Easter. It looks like he's getting it started right now. I'll bring this box up here for you and bring this here for you live. Once again, this is in
search warrants of 2 residences,
west Wichita near 13th Street and North St. Paul Avenue.
We also are in the process of serving the warrants at 6 High Hopes locations here across the city of Wichita. Can't get into too much of what we've recovered, but we have recovered several weapons, illegal marijuana, and other evidence of drug sales. At this point, it's a U.S. Attorney's case that we will present all the information to. We have 2 individuals, the 2 individuals that we suspect of being involved in these illegal drug sales, along with the weapons violations. They are in our custody. They have not been booked in yet. Both of them are prior federal felons, which was the nexus for ATF to become involved in this particular case.
Can you talk about the scale of this investigation? I feel like we don't get the ATF involved very often. It seems like a big deal.
Yeah, it's one of the larger cases that we've done in recent times, with the amount of personnel to safely execute these search warrants, and then also search for evidence, and then also conduct interviews.
How did you get the initial tip?
It's very common knowledge in these places that they have jars of marijuana that they sell right off the shelf. That's illegal in the state of Kansas. So narcotics detectives started conducting buys, along with other information that I'm not going to disclose, that we received in reference to these 2 individuals and other illegal activities that they were conducting.
As far as the folks who were taken into custody who were former convicted felons, are we talking violent offenders or?
So they were federal felons through the ATF for gun violations. Now, has there been a violence associated with both of these individuals? Yes. And when we release their names, you'll see what type of violence one of them has been involved in and is currently out on bond for.
And then how common is it to see such an encompassing operation like this? So, I mean, we're talking, illegal guns, we're talking all these various drugs, pretty substantial stuff.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the issue is that they come off as, oh, this is just legal CBD. It's not even close to being legal CBD. It's marijuana, which is illegal. So what I have seen in my career, in the 90s, this type of operation was in a home, where you see the scales, the bags to put the stuff in, guns to protect the trade, those type of things. They've made it into a business. And that's what you're seeing out of this. It's still illegal in the state of Kansas. But you're also going to see the other stuff that comes with drug sales. And that's a lot of weapons, some violent crime, and then the hard narcotics, fentanyl, methamphetamine, and cocaine. That's goes along with these businesses.
Have there been any overdoses in addition to these individuals or drugs that came out of these businesses?
I'm not aware of overdoses coming from these businesses now.
So how do these businesses continue operating if it's illegal?
Because we have not done a lot of enforcement on it. Because there's a lot of, with the hemp bill passing, CBD being legal, Delta 8 then becoming legal, law enforcement is in a flux on what actually is legal in these places and what's not. And so there's items in there that possibly could be legal that will leave, because we cannot show that it's illegal in the state of Kansas to sell those particular items.
Does that just make it harder to enforce for you guys?
It's very hard to to enforce. Yeah.
You know, your message for folks who operate places like this where they sell possible CBD stuff. I know there's a lot of, you know, there's a certain percentage before it crosses illegal. You know, what would your message be to those folks who are selling those products? Is it to get that stuff tested to make sure that's in compliance?
Yeah, the problem is that some of the items that is sold, the labeling on it from whatever state it's coming from labels it as, you know, below 0.03% THC levels. We have bought some of those items and they're well over 0.03%. I'll give the business owners some leeway. Maybe they don't know that. But what I won't give them leeway on is the jars of straight bud weed that's lining their shelves. That's not CBD. CBD does not come that way. That is bud weed, which is THC, which is going to be over the 0.03% level.
And so when you guys first made entry this morning in here, I mean, they legit just had the stuff kind of out and open on shelves where you could...
Yeah, you just go and pick what you want, and they weigh it out and put it in a plastic baggie, and they sell it to you.
I guess your message for folks who are doing stuff like that, I mean, that's
pretty illegal. Insane. It's illegal, and don't do it.
Can you give us ages or hometowns or genders of the suspect that were...
Both of them from Wichita. We'll have to get that information to you later because they have not been booked into jail. So we'll get you that information once they're booked into the county jail.
Are they both men?
Both males, yes.
I know you can't go into specifics, but any idea how many firearms you guys have been able to take off the streets so far?
It's over 20.
What kind of firearms?
Rifles, handguns. Actually, one place had a flamethrower in it. A legitimate flamethrower.
Are those legal?
That's what we're checking on now through ATF.
And I guess as far as this operation goes, I know you guys are doing your thing. I'm assuming ATF's going through all those guns to figure out where they came from and then if they do meet the proper laws, right?
Yeah, well, since both of these folks are prior federal felons, they can't possess guns, so that's already a crime. So ATF will do their initial investigation where they'll find out if any of these guns are stolen, if they've been modified to be fully automatic, those type of things.
And then to clarify, initially you said that you guys were investigating marijuana, potential of methamphetamines and fentanyl.
Yeah, the suspected sale of fentanyl and methamphetamine.
Were you able to locate any of those other drugs outside?
Well, we're still searching at this point. So at this point, we have not located any fentanyl or methamphetamine, but we're not even halfway through our search yet.
How long do you think the search will take today?
Several hours. There's a lot of evidence in there, in each one of the shops.
Can you give us the addresses to the different shops?
We'll have to get that to you later.
The website has been taken down already. Is there anything else?
Whose website?
The High Hopes ICG website.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Okay, that wouldn't have been you guys that removed it.
Can't do that.
Any idea how long these guys have been in operation in these storefronts?
For several years. Yeah.
Why
several
now?
years. Because we came up with information involving these two individuals that are prior federal felons that were suspected of trafficking guns, marijuana, fentanyl, and methamphetamine. When we came in contact with that information, we opened the investigation.
Are you guys investigating any other storefronts right now?
I'm not going to comment on that.
You guys consider, after you guys do your job and you get all your ducks in a row, you present the case that these guys will be prosecuted to the extent that they need to be prosecuted. Obviously, I mean, you're talking, you know, federal felons that are just back out here doing the same old thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's up to the U.S. Attorney's Office, what they make decisions on, charging decisions on, and then, you know, we'll pursue it through court and see where it goes. Anything else? All right, thank you all.
So much.
Appreciate you being here. All right, we'll have to figure out.
All right, once again, that was
who's
Sheriff
again. I
Jeff
think this
Easter
one-
just giving us the latest on that drug and weapon raid. This happened this morning, Thursday morning in Wichita. We'll go over a little bit of what he went over there. They have two suspects in custody custody, haven't fully been through the booking process, not arrested. 2 men from Wichita, though, prior federal felonies due to gun violations, which they say is associated with violence. How this all came about, though, it's a years-long investigation, according to Sheriff Jeff Easter. It started with federal agents going undercover into these High Hopes ICT dispensaries, wanting to buy, acting as if they were going to buy weed right off the shelf, which is weed is illegal. THC is illegal in Kansas over that 0.03 percentage mark. So they were selling marijuana right off the shelves in these stores, according to Sheriff Jeff Easter there. They were claiming partially that it was legal CBD. These 2 men that are now in custody, they also collected over 20 guns. Interesting part here, a flamethrower as well, which they're looking into seeing. The federal agents with the ATF are looking to see if that's illegal as well, along with rifles and handguns. They're still searching, though, for harder drugs like meth and fentanyl. But overall, Sheriff Jeff Easter says this selling the drugs within the stores leads to other things like selling the harder drugs, meth, fentanyl, cocaine, which could lead to crime as well, which he said these 2 men that are in custody are known with causing violence. Didn't necessarily say where the violence occurred, likely here in the Wichita area, though. Okay, we're going to continue following this throughout the day. We'll bring you the latest as we learn more information. Of course, we'll learn more about the 2 men that are in custody once they are arrested. The sheriff's office will share that information with us. We'll keep that up with you. Keep those push alerts on if you have the 12 News app as well. That's all we've got right now from the 12 News Connected Desk. Be sure to join us for 12 News starting at noon.